Hello, my fine friends. I am coming to you today from the Sandals Resort in Negril on 7 Mile Beach, and we are going to take a little tour of this resort. Yesterday we traveled from South Coast in Jamaica to this resort in Negril, and there is also a Sandals property. There are definitely a lot of differences between the two resorts, but they are both fantastic. So let me turn the camera around and we will get to going. I am just coming from my room, so there's I did not show you the view from my balcony, but it's pretty much that, just a lot closer. I just got done having my free on-site COVID tests, so lucky me, I get to come back to the winter storm that's currently going on. These are some of the private residents that you can rent. We'll have more videos inside different room types coming later, but we didn't get a lot of the actual resort in those room videos, so I wanted to do a little tour for you today. So some of you probably saw the picture. My balcony is actually right up there, so I'm right in front of this little love sign. So this is basically my view, just a little higher up. So this morning we had a travel agent get together. You probably saw the video of the amazing singer who did a private show for us, but they were talking about how last year after the hurricanes, this beach was completely gone. It was behind the buildings. So they work on it constantly. The beach is pristine always, but it all had to be completely redone. The really nice thing, the COVID test here that I just had to do for the new CDC requirements to get back into the United States, I was literally in the room for 3 minutes. They took me in, did the paperwork, I showed them my passport, they wrote down the numbers, did the test. I waited less than a minute for the results to come back, and I was out of the room and back on the beach. So you don't leave the resort, you don't pay for the test, it's included. So it's really super, super easy and fairly painless. I mean, as painless as having a Q-tip stuck up your nose can be, but really it wasn't that bad. I didn't even shed a tear. So this is the famous 7 Mile Beach, and this resort definitely walkable. So you can leave the property and walk the entire 7 miles if you'd like, or you can stay within the property. At night there are fire pits out here. You can come hang out in here. There are billiards tables, televisions. If you're doing a wedding from this location, there's also a room back here that you do the rehearsal dinners from. They get that going in there. This bar actually over here, there are some televisions. You can see there's also a ping pong table, but from that location, last night there were some people in there watching the Chiefs game. I ran by yelling "Go Raiders," and no one could catch me to beat me up, so I'm still here. But yes, I'm happy for you Chiefs fans. Congratulations. Beat Tom Brady. So this is a fun little hangout area. The chairs are cool, the yards are cool. You can come back here and play games. The resort staff is outstanding. The resort is beautifully manicured. Walking back through here, it's just really sad right now that it's not a really bustling resort as it normally would be because of COVID, obviously, but the people who are here definitely are getting first-rate service. You always do with Sandals property, but they're just so happy to have people traveling at the moment. For those of you from Iowa, there's a familiar sight, a little barefoot by the sea. This is the only restaurant on the property that does not require shoes. So you can eat on the sand. You can also set up private dinners in the evening that are out on the beach for two or for the whole group or whatever you want. These are the swim out with a little lagoon that's attached, so it's very, very private, but also not so private that you can't talk to your neighbor. There are lots of sitting areas everywhere, and you'll see people out sanitizing everything constantly. All the staff is masked all the time. You never see them out of their masks. Hand sanitizer everywhere, and they will specifically ask you to use hand sanitizer before you enter any of the restaurants or facilities. There's a hot tub up here. Now this pool is actually not just for the people staying in the swim outs, but we're told that because people tend to think it goes with those, it's pretty empty. So if you book one of those, you basically have your own private pool. And here we are at the end of our Sandals property. And if we go this direction, that's kind of the top of 7 Mile Beach. So if we were going to do some walking, we would go that way, and we can walk 7 miles on the beach. We can get to downtown Negril. Later on this evening, we're going to be taking a private boat ride that will take us over there, and hopefully we will have enough reception to be able to show you some of that, or we'll probably just do videos and post them later so you can see some of the area outside of the resort. So you certainly don't have to leave the resort if you don't want to, because everything is here that you could ever want or need. But if you're a little adventurous, like I tend to be when I go places, I want to see the local flair, go to more places that the locals see and not just stay on the resort. And immerse yourself a little more in the culture. I think that's a great deal of the fun of traveling to foreign countries, is seeing how different it is from what we see every day. It's really eye-opening. And I encourage everybody to get off the resorts and actually see what the locals see, because it will change your perspective on a lot, for sure. Island life is not as glamorous as the resorts make it out to be, but it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing to be on these resorts. I've been to a lot of these types of resorts over the years, but Sandals definitely is top-notch. They know how to treat their guests. The entertainment at night has been great. I'm assuming it's probably a little less than would normally be, but they've had singers, musicians, variety shows. Hi. So it's still lively enough for us. It's been fun. Last night there were 2 groups out on the beach having private dinners, candlelight private dinners at sundown, which was absolutely gorgeous. So if you're thinking about getting married or renewing vows, don't discount Jamaica. This resort is going to be a little smaller than the one I was at yesterday, but definitely amazing. They have some great amenities. We'll make our way down here to the water sports, which are all included. So if you're a scuba diver, your dives are included. They have the water trikes, they have Hobies, pedal boards, all kinds of stuff that is included with your stay at Sandals. They also have snuba, and that is a little bit additional cost. And I was talking with one of the PADI certification guys this morning, and they also do on-site certifications. So I love to scuba dive. I highly recommend it. But if you are not certified and thinking you might want to, you could do a pool day and figure out if you like it. Just a small training dive, or you could actually get certified right on this property. A lot of people like to start that certification process in the United States and then do their open water requirements once they get to their vacation destination. It makes things go a lot faster. So you can take out Mabel. I know that's familiar to a lot of people, but you probably didn't think to bring your Mabel to Jamaica. It's okay, you don't have to. They already have one for you. We won't tell him, but I think we have the Jamaican Guy Fieri over here. So as you can see, there's a lot to do. Not a lot of people out playing games today because it's, I'm guessing, probably around 86. I think that's what the high was supposed to be today. So most people will be down here in most people will be down here in the most popular bar on the resort, which is the one with the swim-up bar. I mean, why would it not be the most popular? As we walk along the beach, you can see that the guys are constantly out here cleaning and raking the sand, and it's the same within the facilities. You can't walk 10 feet without seeing a staff member cleaning or sanitizing something, so it feels incredibly safe. Here's a look back at some of the facilities. Now tomorrow, when we go live on Zoom, we will be in one of the Butler Suites up there, so we'll talk a little bit more about the accommodations inside in those Butler Suites. We toured one of the rooms with the private pools this morning, and it was pretty spectacular. Although I have to say the overwater bungalows are still my favorite, but they do not have over-the-water bungalows at this resort. I think this might be the little Sandals vessel we're taking out later to do our private tour of the island. And stay tuned for the two of us riding those. Guaranteed I'll probably crash, because that's what I do. So down here we're getting into the water sports area, and you just come down here and talk to one of the guys and they get you set up. They do have different times to do some of the tours, and then some of it you can walk up and ask them about doing them. And they are super accommodating. They will get you in if they can. So this is the end of 7 Mile Island, and these cabanas are for rent, and they also come included with a butler stay. So you can either rent them by the day, or you can have one included for your stay with the Butler Suite. We'll run back here to the swim up bar. Over here is the scuba training pool, so if you were going to get your certification or just try out scuba for the first time, that's where you would go. You can see some of these rooms have the soaking tubs on the patio or the balcony. Hello, how are you?
I'm great. Everything okay?
Yes, perfect.
Alrighty.
Very friendly. Everyone's very friendly, man. We're not too far from the pool. If you take back that way, we'll walk back into the little garden area. There's more vegetation back there. We'll come out by the pool. But there are a couple different areas on the property where they set up for weddings as well. We haven't run across one of those yet, but they're beautiful. You could do the beach, or if you want a little different setting, there's a garden, a couple of garden areas. Hopefully this isn't too bumpy. I've taken you around the resort and I still haven't found Kim, so hopefully she didn't run off in a boat without me. Any thoughts on if we'll find her at the swim up bar? So now we're coming into the swim up bar, everybody's favorite, with some music going on. It was a little livelier yesterday, but it really depends on the day. Always somebody at the bar is waiting to take your order, but if you really love the private service and you're worried about coming to a place that's packed, this is not it. It is... They need visitors, they need guests. You will basically have a fairly private resort to yourself with a lot of staff dedicated to you. So it's very sad that the travel industry is taking such a hit, but as travel advisors, we keep up on all the CDC guidelines and the requirements of entry and exit from countries, keep in touch with you at all aspects, all times of the trip, and to help if anything should go awry. But that concludes our tour. This is one of the main dining halls, but I won't take you through everything today, but here I can show you an example of what's going on today. And tonight we have some fun stuff. Jamaican live party with our little friend from this morning, so that'll be amazing. He's a great singer and they're all fantastic entertainers. So if you are interested in pricing out a Sandals trip at any of the resorts, be sure to contact me. And if you have not yet, sign up for the Zoom that I have coming up tomorrow, where we'll announce some special discounts, and it'll be good at any of the Sandals, not just Jamaican resorts. So reach out with any questions you might have about requirements or travel or what it's looking like right now. Sign up for that Zoom, watch it tomorrow, and I would be happy to help. Sorry about that snow, guys. Bye.